Sky Squad, we are indeed back in the building. And of course, we have got to talk about the news that is popping off down in the Huntsville. We're going to get into Destiny Payton's Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. What is happening down to the what's going on? Huntsville, what is happening? What is happening, y'all? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Shaunie O'Neal and Basketball Wives. And we also got a little bit of Summer House, Martha's Vineyard tea. Okay. That good old Summer House. Summer House. Okay. Summer House. Y'all watching it? And will you watch it without Amir? That's the question. Okay. So before we get into all that, of course, we got to get through our little housekeeping real quick. Of course, y'all know the book is out. It is on Amazon.com right now. You can download it on Kindle. You can order the paperback, the hardback, whatever you choose to do. If you like it, if you love it, please leave us a review and let me know who indeed this time is the wickedest of them all. I think that might be a little bit difficult for y'all this time. Also, the trip to Bali is still on. Tap down in the description of this video. If you want a single room, single rooms are available, but you just need to choose the single room option. You need flight information. My assistant is also a travel agent, so we can help you with that. I've already booked my ticket, so I can give you guys my flight information when you are ready to book, so you don't feel like you're traveling alone. And with that being said, let's get into the tea, baby. Destiny, Lord have mercy. So let me give you what's going on. Yesterday, I think it was last night, I was sent, or somebody tagged me in a post, but I didn't see the post this morning when I went to go back and look at it to do the video because I was headed out to dinner last night. So honestly, I do not like doing late night videos. It is very I try to set a little boundary for myself to not work after a certain period of time because I just don't feel like it. Okay. And I wanted to go out and eat and celebrate my book release. You know what I'm saying? Because I hadn't been able to really do that. So, Destiny, let's get into it. So, apparently, she was booked. Okay. This had to be this was yesterday at 1:34 p.m. Now, she was released 2 hours, about an hour and a half later at 3:08 p.m. And the charges are described as fraud and identity theft. Okay. You guys can see this is from the Madison County Sheriff's Office, Alabama. There is the shot right there. And she did post bond. Okay. So she is out on bail. And the bond amount was $5,000. Now, I don't know what this is about or in relation to. I don't know if this is a corresponding arrest that was similar to the first time she had to turn herself in, dealing with a utility bill or something like that. I believe it was at the time. I cannot recall exactly because I feel like there is a lot of arrests happening down to the Huntsville. So I don't know what that was about. All I know is that it says she was released and the bond was $5,000. This thing has to be very, very expensive. And what I will say is this, because I don't really know what the deal is, okay? I don't know if this is something related to what she went through before with her ex-husband. I really don't know. But if it is, okay, let me, y'all, what I want you to do and what I want you to note is this. When you choose your partner, your next boyfriend, your next girlfriend, I don't know if it's related to that or not. But when you choose your next partner, your next boyfriend, your next girlfriend, your next okay, whatever you choose. What I want you to do is, I don't want you to purposely do this, but I need you to seriously, closely watch what they do and how they respond to other people when they get angry, or how they respond to you when they get angry. That will tell you whether or not this is the early detection system, okay, that I'm advising right now, okay? Because I don't know if this has to do with that or not. It says fraud and identity theft. So but again, if we going by what happened last time, what I'm gonna tell you is this: Watch how that person moves when they get upset or they don't get what they want. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, because that will be a sign of how they will treat you if they ever get mad or upset with you. Okay, so just pay attention to those things. Now, again, if this ain't that, then Destiny, you're gonna have to hop on the live and let us know something. Okay, let us know something like you did last time. Let us know what the tea is. Let us know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, y'all, listen, Huntsville is wild right now. Okay. It's wild. All right. So let's also now talk about Shaunie and Basketball Wives. Why do I feel like we'll get a season of Basketball Wives before we will get the season of Potomac or Married to Medicine, and especially Atlanta? I feel like we're not going to get Atlanta until 2025, but that's just me. I don't know. I could be wrong. Okay. So let's talk about it. First things first. Shaunie is walking back the comments, okay? Well, she's not really walking them back, okay? But she is saying that her comments about never being in love with Shaquille O'Neal were taken out of context. Also doesn't know why Shaq ran with what he saw on social media. She says, "I'm not a word girl, I'm a character girl." So let's dive into that. Let's dive into it. Okay, so y'all recall basically the story was that when she said that, she doesn't know if she was ever really in love with him, he responded online and said, "I understand. I wouldn't have been in love with me either. Wishing you all the best. Heart emoji, all love, Shaq." So I felt like his response really wasn't running with anything. I just felt like it was probably a response to what, you know, was said or what was highlighted. And at the end of the day, he didn't respond in a negative way. I didn't feel like. So it is what it is at that point. But I guess maybe she's thinking they have the type of relationship where he could have just called her or whatever like that. But when you read something like that, I think it might be a gut reaction to respond in some way, shape, or form. I don't really know. I don't really know, because you know what? If I read, you know what I mean. Like if I felt like somebody, my friend, was saying something about me, I guess the first thing I'm gonna do is call them. So that's neither here nor there for me. Anyway, this is all in relation to Shaunie's new book, right? So she basically talked about how he was a cheater and wasn't around a lot. And then as a result, the quote was, "Looking back, I don't know that I was ever in love with the man, but I was in love with the idea of being married to the man I had a family with. I was in love with the idea of building a life together. I truly did enjoy spending time with him." So after he responded, right? Um the caption here is funny to me, because whoever wrote this caption at the neighborhood talk put it into words, okay, easily. Now, one would think if you were writing a book, you try to be a word girl. That's number one, okay? That is number one. Because Shaunie responded during a People magazine interview, and she says the quote was taken out of context. "I'm not a word girl, I'm a character girl. And since I've left the marriage of Shaquille, my character has spoken for itself." That's not really what we're talking about, though, right? If you're not a word girl, you're writing a book, which requires words. Okay. You want us to read the book. So don't tell us you're not a word girl, right? I mean, it would be better to simply say, "You know what? Upon further reflection, I want to elaborate on that statement." Boom. PR 101. Like, you didn't have to even you don't even have to walk this back. This was never about your character. This was literally about what you said in the book. So if you wanted to further clarify it, that sounds so much more palatable, right? So she says this. When you again, and even here they wrote, she expounded on her comment. That's what you say. Let me elaborate. When you love somebody, you love somebody. But to be in love with somebody is a different feeling. And I will be honest, I didn't realize that until the love of my life right now. And I'm in this marriage. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a different feeling. And that is really what she should have said in place of, I'm not a word girl, because now I'm looking at your book like, well, do I even need to read it? Because do the words even mean anything, right? So that's again just a little PR, advice for Shaunie in her explanation of what it is. Character is not the question here, in my opinion. It is really you kind of the wordplay is funny. Get it? Anyway, she says that she doesn't understand why he would run with the out of context excerpt on social media. Either way, she is standing by her comment of never being in love with Shaq. Because see, at this point, I mean, you ain't really changing nothing that you're saying. You basically doubling down on it. So again, you brought into question something about character when that is not something at least I got from that. But maybe people in the comments was questioning her character. I really don't know. Okay. Maybe that's what she was responding to, because you just never know. It could be that one comment that could send somebody over the edge. You just never know, right? So that is Basketball Wives. But we also need to talk about the show itself. And my question is going to be, will Shaunie be on the new season of Basketball Wives? And I think we might have our answer. Okay. So here we have our friends over at the Basketball Wives Instagram page, right? And so we can see that all the ladies have shown up to support Shaunie in her new endeavor with Basketball Wives. Now, I do not see rumored newbie Dr. Cheyenne pictured here, but we do have the regulars from last season in addition to Brandy Maxiel. So we have, of course, Jaceel, we have Brooke Bailey, we have Jackie Christie, which is interesting given everything that Sunday revealed about the dynamics between the alleged dynamic between Jackie and Shaunie, or more or less Jackie's feelings about Shaunie. Then you have Evelyn, of course, Jennifer as well is there, and then Brandy Maxiel is there. As a cast, I will tell you this group looks good, but the question will be, can they bring it in the way that we need a cast to bring it, right? So, of course, you have her husband there, and then you also have, her picture with Evelyn. All the ladies, everybody looks great. Everybody's in attendance, and Jackie even gets a picture with Shaunie holding several books. So I'm assuming that maybe Jackie and Shaunie are on good terms at this point, even though we know that Jackie has allegedly had some feelings about Shaunie and Evelyn and Jennifer being on the poster for the last season of Basketball Wives. Who knows? I'm sure Shaunie is just like, as long as you working, girl, and I'm getting paid from your work, we all good in my book, because that's how I would be too. You ain't got to like me, but you will respect me. Okay, that would be my standpoint from it from there. But I do think it's nice that all the ladies showed up to support her in her book, even though she's not the word girl. But I mean, hey, go out and purchase the book, y'all. Read it for yourselves. That's what I'm gonna say. Y'all know I'm always gonna be one to support the people in their businesses and in any of their business opportunities. So go out there and do and support your girl. Okay. Hopefully she's detailing how she started that show, because I really am interested in that. All right, so let's get into the Amir of it all. Are y'all watching Summer House, Martha's to the Vineyard? Let me know in the chatterization. And the better question is, would you watch the show if he is not there? Okay. Now, I want to shout out to my girl, Philly.diva on Instagram, because this is where I first saw the story yesterday. So basically, the headline reads that Amir Lancaster won't return to Summer House, Martha's Vineyard without Natalie Cortez. So that is his girlfriend. If you guys have been watching this season, then you will see that Natalie is a big looming, I don't want to say cloud, because that's not the operative word. I like to consider myself a word guy. JK, hey Shaunie. But what I will say is that it feels like she has cast a bit of a cloud over Amir this season, in the sense that it felt like, if you're watching the season, that she was not too happy with him being there, particularly without her, and maybe being around some of the other girls, i.e. Jordan, who we know that he was crushing on last season. So I don't know if that's insecurity. I don't know if maybe there's a right for her to feel that way. I really don't know. But now that she's in the house on the show, she is stirring up a little bit of the drama. So this is what he had to say. So I guess he was doing an interview with Positively Uncensored on the podcast, and he said the only way he'd have an enjoyable vacation is if his girlfriend, who is white, is asked to join the cast. Now the cast is, this is a mostly black cast. He discussed the dynamic of the house leaving season 2 and said if the show returns for a third year, they wouldn't be able to continue the way they did before. This vacation, if it's like a domino effect, and the next domino is going to be bigger than season 2 was, I don't think we'll have an enjoyable vacation. So here you can see him talking about it, and I will direct you to Philly.Divas page so that you guys can get more intel. You can also read about this on Urban Mail Mag because I feel like I saw it there as well. I want to know what you guys think. Would you guys watch the show without Amir Lancaster on it? Here's my thought. I mean, I would never at this point in time make those types of threats because, while you are a main cast at this point, I just feel like they could find somebody else. They could bring in Phil, to be quite honest with you. And I know nobody would like that. But and sorry, this is no shade to Phil, but it's based on their responses to him and his first season. Now, in Phil's first season, I definitely would have been like, no, you got to go and you can't ever return, right? But he could be in a little bit of a better place, at least with some of them. I don't know. So it will be interesting to see what happens. So it's like Amir, you're too new to be making these types of demands. Secondly, what I would do is I would bring her. She seems like she is already full of drama. And if this is the type of energy that she's bringing, that she's already bringing now, go ahead and bring her. Because to be quite honest with you, I don't really know, and this is no shade to their relationship, but would their relationship be able to withstand the test of a reality TV show? Particularly one where there is a group of hot people all in a house together, and you now have to manage your insecurities while you're in these people's presence. I don't know. What do y'all think? Would y'all be interested in a summer house that does feature Amir and his girlfriend? Or would you just all happen to say, kick rocks, Amir? Keep it pushing. We can find somebody else. Let us know in the chat down below. All right, y'all. That is the tea that we got for y'all today. Let me know if you guys or how you guys feel about each of these stories. I will put all links in the description if you guys are watching this on the YouTube. Also, again, like I said, the book is out now. Leave us a review. Let us know who is the wickedest of them all. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts. And with that being said, I will catch you in the next video.